Welcome to the Beauty in Burnt Toast, the podcast where we celebrate the crispy, chaotic, unexpectedly beautiful parts of life. I'm Jade.
And I'm Jamie. We're two women doing our best to live with purpose, laugh through the mess, and talk about the stuff that no one puts on Instagram.
Here you'll find real stories, unfiltered conversations, and reminders that perfection is overrated, but showing up, that matters.
And whether you're building a business, raising humans, chasing healing, or just trying to remember what day it is, you belong here.
So pour the coffee, reheat the toast, and let's get into it. This is the Beauty in Burnt Toast.
Welcome to the Beauty in Burnt Toast. Today's episode is just an overview of where we've been, where we're going, and how we got here. Because even when the toast is burnt, the day can still be beautiful, right?
Yes. Hopefully.
Sometimes.
Yes. So let's talk about why beauty in burnt toast and where that came from. So we went through several names. It's really hard to pick a name for a podcast. Most of them are taken, and it's hard to find the right one.
It was hard, yes.
Beauty in burnt toast just felt right because this podcast is about celebrating the good, the bad, and the ugly, and talking about the things that most people won't talk about, which is why in all of our episodes we're going to have a burnt toast moment where we talk about something crazy that happened during the week, which is very easy to do because a lot of crazy stuff happens. This podcast, I guess we'll talk a little bit about how it came about.
Okay.
So, really, it was a God thing, for sure. I kind of got that word, you need to start a podcast. I just felt you need to reach out to Jamie. And, I didn't know what you were going to say, but right. I just texted you and was like, hey, I feel like I need to start a podcast. And you're like, yeah, man, let's do it. So, here we are. So, you want to talk a little bit about the kind of things we're going to be talking about, the kind of guests that we want to have on here?
Sure. We want people to come and listen and leave kind of relieved, refreshed. Mm-hmm. Listen to things that happen in real life that are not just like what you said earlier from the highlight reels. Mm-hmm. We want people to understand that, you know what, you got up today, you made it through the day, so what, you burnt the dang toast. It's okay. You had the ability to feed yourself or feed your children, and that's saying a lot. Mm-hmm. Some days that's all you can do is just make it through the day.
Yeah.
You know, we're hoping to give you a little bit of encouragement, have some speakers on here that can maybe change your mindset, help you be a little bit more positive, but also let you see that this is real life. Yeah. You are not the only one out there on the struggle bus. It is packed. It is jam-packed with people, and we are on there with you.
Every day is a struggle bus. So our first episode, well, this is our first episode. Our second episode, we will have John Bentley on talking about positivity. And then we will have different, we would like to possibly have a therapist on, right, because therapy is cool, right? We need to talk about that more.
Yes.
We would love to have some moms on just talking about everyday life. I have a friend coming on that's going to be talking about grief and the loss of her baby. All the things. If you have suggestions of someone you would like to hear from, please let us know, and we will try our best to get that person on. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about us and who we are. You want to start?
Sure. I am Jamie Reeves, obviously. I think we went through that in the beginning, but I have been in real estate for the past 10 years. I feel like I've lived several different lives before that. I was a professional photographer for almost 10 years. I've specialized in newborn portraits. I loved tiny little babies. I still love them as long as they are someone else's. I am past that phase of, you hear baby crying, you're like, oh. Now I'm like, ugh.
You want to love on them and send them home.
Yes. Yes. I have been in real estate now, though, for, like I said, 10 years. That's a decade.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've never been in a job this long.
Look at us. We met through real estate, of course. We both kind of have similar personalities, similar like-minded vision of life and how things should go, and it doesn't always go as how we want it.
Yeah, and I think my mind works in sarcasm too, so I speak that fluently. I think
Oh,
you kind of feel that
for
as
sure.
well.
Absolutely.
Our pastor preaches on that quite a lot. I have a hard time getting past that, but that's
Apparently
how I
that's
make
not a
friends.
good thing.
Yeah, but that's how I make friends. If I meet another person and they can speak sarcasm, then we instantly...
We are friends.
Yes, Dave Bradley, I'm talking to you. But anyways, yeah, so we met through real estate. I've been a realtor for 8 years now, I think, so pretty close. And before that, I was in retail. So my degree is in fashion merchandising.
Oh.
I minored in journalism, so I wanted to write for a fashion magazine.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that about you.
So you never know where God is going to lead you, because when it came to real estate, I said, never. I will never do real estate. I will never live back home close to where I was raised.
Here we are.
Never say never. And I think it's just because, that's what my dad did. Like, I didn't want to be, nothing wrong. I love my dad. Like, he's great, but
Right.
I don't want to do exactly what he does. But once I got pregnant with my son, I just totally started rethinking life. I've seen all these managers in retail that just work their tails off. Like, once I had my first 18-hour day, I'm like, no, I can't do this.
No.
So I'm like, real estate kind of seems like the obvious choice.
Right.
And here I am, and it's great. I love it. It just allows me the freedom to do the things that are most important to me. So besides that, I run a small business downtown called 36 West, and we have space for small businesses, so support small, y'all. I'm a mom of 2 boys. We're on the opposite spectrums, girl mom, boy mom.
I didn't even say that.
Yeah.
I've been married
Talk
to my
about your kids.
husband for a while now.
Yeah.
I don't do math well, so since 2012. But anyway, we have a beautiful blended family of 5 girls, the youngest of which is 8, and the oldest is 36.
Wow.
So if you can imagine the stages of life, we are currently in all of them. We have all of them covered, from little to big, and then, starting to care for parents. And so we are literally, I feel like, in every stage except for that little bitty baby stage.
Yeah. I met somebody the other day. I asked her how many kids she had, and she has 4, and they were 17, 18, and 19.
Eek.
I'm like, Lord help you.
Eek.
But you said 2012. I did not realize we got married the same year.
Really?
So it's 13 years this year, because I did on my calculator before I came in here.
Oh,
So I
good.
remember it. But yes, we got married. What month? did you get
October.
married? Okay, we got married in June, but we're really close.
Who knew?
Yeah.
We do real estate. I promise we can math. We just can't little math. We can big math.
Yes, yeah. We won't get into math. Math gives me anxiety. It's like my husband's always like, let me just show you how to do this. I'm like, no.
Don't give me those
Do
negative
it
thoughts. I have
for
enough
me.
of my own.
Yes. Let's see. What else are we talking about today? Oh, burnt toast moments. Let's get into that. So I will get into mine from a few months ago. I told my son that I was going to go have lunch with him at school.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been a few days. He had asked me, he had been begging me. I did not put it in my calendar. If I don't put it in my calendar, then it does not exist. 11 o'clock rolls around, and I got a text from another mom saying, hey, Rowan's looking for you. Are you coming to have lunch with him today? No, I'm not, because I totally forgot. So instant mom guilt. But when he got in the car, I'm like, I'm so sorry, which we talk a little bit about in the next episode, how important it is, I think, to apologize to your children and recognize when you do something
Yes.
wrong. But I'm like, do you want ice cream? Like, instant bribes. I'm so sorry. Let me get you ice cream. And he was fine. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But in the moment, it just felt so heavy, like the toast was completely black. So, yeah.
I completely understand. Yeah. I think I've shared this with you before, but Hunter had a field trip. She's my 10-year-old daughter. She did not want to go on the field trip, so she stayed at school that day. I told her I would check her out. They called from school and said, hey, we would love for Hunter to be a helper in kindergarten today. Are you okay with that? Yes, Hunter loves to help, and she loves little people, so I thought, this is fantastic. It was not fantastic for Hunter. When she got in the car, I got the wrath of a 4th grader. Where were you? You said you would check me out. I mean, I was like, I thought I had made the bet. I was like pumped. She's going to get in the car. She's going to be like, I was a helper for kindergarten today. Woo! She was the total opposite of that. So I understand the complete burntness of the burntness, because I did not anticipate that. And that was a huge fail on my part that I did not even know was going to be a fail. And then it was bad. Yeah.
We try our best. And we get through it.
We tried.
One day they'll be here and they'll completely understand.
One day they'll be doing a podcast about, I will never forget when my mom.
Oh gosh, that'll be fun. Well, so one thing we also want to include in this podcast, we talked about encouraging words, the different type of guests we want to have on the podcast, but we also want to make sure to include, our faith.
Yes.
We want to have a Bible verse at the end of every episode. So yeah, that's just really important to us. We're both very active in our churches, and our lives are led through following Jesus. So
right.
That is something else that will be included.
Yeah, I always say it's amazing to see how every day God does something bigger in my life than what I ever anticipated. And so I'm so thankful that we're adding that in there, because without my faith or without my hope in the Lord, I would be up a creek.
Yeah, I don't see how people do it, especially in today's world. It's just so crazy, and everything is just out for you to see. So like our children, they don't even have a chance to be sheltered because it's just always out there. We can keep social media away from them as much as possible, but that is why it's so important to instill those Christian values in their lives, so
absolutely
that they can be on the right track.
It's mind-blowing how filtered people want to be without being filtered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we want the look of we've got it all together, but at the same time, let's put everything out there for everyone to see with absolutely no filter.
Yeah.
I'm like, there are certain things that should be filtered and things that should not be filtered. We've crossed the line.
We are way over the line. It's so sad, but it's just so important, and it's important to surround yourself with like-minded people too.
Yes.
As adults, it's very hard to have friends.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard? You go through school and you have all these little friend groups and all these people that you hang out with and you see every single day for 12, 13 years, sometimes longer. And then you become an adult and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, and you are the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? But I think your friends are influenced by, what did they say? By time commitment. So the people you are around the most.
Right.
And then area. So the people possibly you live closest to. We have some friends now that live one street over. We actually have 2 sets of friends that live literally 1 street over. And it's just so convenient. We bought land, so eventually we want to be out in the middle of nowhere. But right now, living in a subdivision is just so much fun. We had snow days, and the whole street just comes to life with all of these people. And then last year we had the ice day. I don't know if you remember that. And we're sliding down Tupperware lids down the driveways in the ice. But it's great to be able to experience that, but you're in the point of life now where you are in the middle of nowhere.
I am in the midst of 40 acres. My neighbors are trees. I enjoy isolation because I people all day long. I talk all day long, problem solve all day long. So sometimes at the end of the day, I just want to go home and close the door and stay there.
Well, and I have been listening to some podcasts lately that talked about how green space is so good for well-being. Yes. And the older I get, the more I recognize that, because my mom lived in the garden and I thought she was crazy.
I am your mom.
And now I'm that person.
I know, I am crazy. Here we are.
And I don't wear gloves either. Like, I don't do manicures, but I don't wear gloves because I like to have my hands in it, and like my fingernails will just be like black sometimes.
Yes, I'm surprised mine are not today, but I don't really have nails, so there's that.
Yeah, me too. But you planted a garden
recently?
I did. What type of garden did you plant?
Did. I've got all the things. So I have a rose garden. I have hydrangeas. I have, not together, I have a vegetable garden, another flower garden. We kind of have a blank canvas, so I'm starting fresh. So everything's kind of new, and it's really boring to me because it's not lush and pretty and all the things.
Is this your first time in a garden?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No.
I just didn't know. You lived in the city, so...
Yeah. You do know I had a pony in my backyard, right?
Do you need to say that out loud?
We're out now. No one knows.
Well, what do you have now? So you've added to the Reeves farm.
Yes. We have lavender Orpingtons. We have buff Orpingtons.
What is that?
We have Americanas. They're all chickens.
Oh, okay.
So the lavender ones are so pretty. They're like a grayish purple color. Mm-hmm. Very cute. We have 2 pigs, Piggly Wiggly and Peggy. They're Cooney Coons. I have my pony, Cupcake. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the dog, the cat, all the things.
Anything else on the list of things you want to add?
Oh, yes. We hope to add some horses, but, getting a fence after you've just built a brand new house is kind of on the back.
Yeah, now your girls ride, right?
They do.
Do you ride too?
No. I'm going to figure it out, though. I want my own horse so we can learn together.
Oh, gosh. The first time I got Trey on a horse, so when we got married, I had Palomino, and I got him on there, and he's like, now take it easy. No, I like to run. And my horse that I had at the time used to be a rodeo horse, so he was fast. So I hit it. He was so sore afterwards. That was so mean. I shouldn't have done that, but...
Yes, yeah. I won't ever forget. I rode a horse for the first time probably 11 years ago. It was the end of my photography career. And this family, I went to their house every year and photographed their son with their horses. And they found out I had never been on a horse. Oh, so I'm in like Nike shorts and a t-shirt. And they were like, you're getting on this horse. They rode me around the ring like I was at the fair.
Oh, my goodness. Hopefully you didn't have any like chafing or anything.
It was a 10-minute ride.
Okay.
We were good.
God, that sounds rough.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you continue to follow us along on this journey. And by following, you can subscribe and like. You can find The Beauty in Burnt Toast on Facebook and Instagram. We also want to close with...
What is it? What's the verse?
You can cut that part out.
No, I can leave it. It's great. Go ahead. We're real here, right?
Ecclesiastes, the hardest word in the Bible to say besides Habakkuk.
Say that 5 times fast.
3:11. I'm going to let you know what, Jade? You go right ahead and read.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, and even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. This has been The Beauty in Burnt Toast. May your coffee be hot, your laundry be folded, and your toast only slightly burnt. See you next time.